What's up, guys? Today's video is going to be an interesting one. This truck just got dropped off and it is absolutely disgusting in here. I guess it was sitting outside somewhere for well over a year with the windows down, so as you can imagine, it's gross. There's pretty weird things in here too, so I'm not too sure. I don't really want to be in here right now, but do have to get it pulled into the studio and show you guys what I'm dealing with today. Gross. Okay guys, this is a 2009 Chevy Avalanche, and while it might look like a normal vehicle, it's anything but. This is one of the dirtiest vehicles that's ever rolled in here after being abandoned and sitting outside for well over a year with all the windows down and the sunroof open. Yes, you heard me right, and that only means one thing. The inside is a total disaster and is going to need to be completely gutted to be able to clean the unimaginable mess in here. This will be one of the biggest detail jobs I've ever taken on, and the owner, well, he couldn't even believe how it turned out. Holy. So sit back, relax, and enjoy while you witness a miracle. Well, it's time to get started on this Avalanche here, which has 180,000 kilometers on the odometer. And if you're like me and wondering what the backstory is on this truck, well, the new owner recently bought it from a nearby reserve where, like I just mentioned, it had been sitting for over a year with all the windows down and the sunroof open. I guess it needed some mechanical work, and that's why it got parked and abandoned. The new owner obviously bought it pretty cheap and has already taken care of most of the mechanical work it needed, and now it's up to me to save the rest of the vehicle, which is not going to be an easy task. Time to spray out the box of the truck, but before I do, there's a whole bunch of broken glass that I'm going to get cleaned up, and then of course a piece of sweet potato. Yeah, I'll admit, that's a little weird. Moving up front, and to answer a question I see all the time, which is how do you stay motivated during these crazy disaster details? Well, the answer is, it's hard. I'm not gonna lie, guys, cleaning this truck is an absolutely massive job and it's a huge amount of work for one person. I've done this long enough now to know just by looking at a vehicle roughly what I'm in for, and this one is a doozy. When you're only one person doing all the work, and then not to mention trying to make a really entertaining video for you guys to watch at the same time, while it's tough and can be challenging to stay focused and motivated to keep going, that's why I find it helpful to keep a mental checklist of the steps that I go through, and I'm always setting little goals for each one, like I want to be done the pre-wash rinse by a certain time and so on, and that helps to keep me on track and always moving forward. Next up, and I'll make sure to get into all the tiny little cracks and crevices around the truck with my detail brush, as my wash mitt alone would definitely miss these spots. Now with the truck clean, I've moved it outside quickly so I can spray off this liner I removed earlier, and it's extremely dirty. Much like the abandoned Subaru XT from a couple videos ago, it was definitely the wildest detail I've ever done, and at least in my opinion, the best video that I've ever made. So if you haven't seen it yet, then cue it up right after this one. I pulled a super rare car out from basically the bush, and let's just say it doesn't disappoint. Starting on the carpet floor mats now, which are insanely dirty, and you'll notice I didn't bother to vacuum it off first, which might seem like I'm skipping a step, but after years of doing this, I've realized that it's completely unnecessary at this point, since when I use the drill brush, that will loosen up most of it, and then the pressure washer will just blast it all away anyways. Now as I get to work on the interior of this truck, the very first step here is to remove all the previous owner's belongings, which based on what I find in here, I'm going to guess he was a plumber of some sort. I mean, I'm not sure who else would have a toilet seat in their vehicle, and all I can say is, at least it's clean. Okay, as I continue removing what I can from the truck, I hope this shot gives you a bit of an appreciation for how dirty and gross this vehicle is. Every square inch of surface area in here is this bad, which means I'm going to have to remove as much as I possibly can, not only to make cleaning it outside the vehicle easier, but also removing things reduces the amount of crevices between the trim, which are usually the hardest to clean areas. Here's a few quick shots of the interior once I had everything removed, which included the front seats, back seats, entire center console, and as much of the dash as I could. Moving to the section under the rear passenger seat, and you can see the couple of dark gray spots. Well, that's what color this carpet is supposed to be, so pretty obvious now just how dirty these carpets are. Hopefully with any luck, I'll be able to get it looking perfect, but one of the keys to achieving that is to make sure it's vacuumed extremely well and every single bit of dirt or debris has been sucked up. As I work on the driver's section here, I wanted to quickly remind you guys that there's a new Yard Geek video to watch. If you haven't checked the new channel out yet, then do me a favor and give it a look. The videos have that same transformative and satisfying vibe that these ones do, so I'm sure you'll enjoy them. Here's a quick look at what a huge difference vacuuming alone made, but there's still tons of work left to do. As I work on the back here, I couldn't help but notice that it looks like this whole section either folds down or is removable. I'm not sure if there's any purpose to that besides being able to fit longer cargo in the box, and to be honest, I was never really a fan of the Avalanche, as I'm of the mindset that if you want a truck, well, you should just buy a real one rather than a half truck, half SUV. So I'm not sure why a person would keep something like this in their vehicle. It looks like a dried up old weed or something, but I guess to each their own. Anyways, once it's removed, I can get to work agitating all the caked on dust with my detail brush so the vacuum can suck it up. starting on this middle section, and based on how the last one turned out, I'm very hopeful that I can get it looking perfect today, which isn't always the case. There have been a couple of vehicles over the years that had stains that were too far gone even for me. The black abandoned Cadillac Escalade that was used on a gold mine comes to mind, but for this Avalanche, these stains shouldn't be here much longer. Here's a quick shot of what the carpet used to look like, and boom, it's looking brand new again. Now, because the plastic trim in here was so dirty, removing as much of it as I could was pretty important. As you can see, it's even dirty in behind the trim, but despite that, and it still won't take too terribly long to get it cleaned up, as my all-purpose cleaner diluted 4:1 and steamer will obliterate anything in its path. And I know I've probably mentioned it before, but GM vehicles of this time frame always seem to clean up really well, so say what you will about their overall quality, at least the interiors were pretty good. As I continue working here, this is everything that I removed from the truck, and as you can see, it's all terribly dirty. But before I get started cleaning it all, I'm going to go ahead and work on the leather seats, which I of course need to use my steamer on since the dirt is super embedded. This isn't something I have to do very often, as my leather brush is usually enough to get things clean, but given the state of the rest of the vehicle, I think it goes without saying that the cleaning method needs to be as aggressive as possible here. Time to clean the disgusting center console piece now, and if you're wondering how this happens, well, remember that this truck was left outside with all the windows and sunroof open for over a year, so it's no surprise that some moisture got inside, but yeah, it's still pretty gross. Now, because this little storage compartment is made of harder plastic, I know it's going to be more difficult to get all the rust staining removed, but since the cup holder insert is made from soft and flexible rubber, that part I shouldn't have any trouble making it look new. Now, as you can see, I'm working late into the night as it's already around 11 p.m. at this point, and I'm very tired, but there's still a lot of work left to do, starting with getting all the plastic trim dressed and UV protected before it goes back into the truck. Next, I'll use some of my quick detailer to act as a lubricant as I clay bar the whole truck. Because I think it's pretty clear this vehicle wasn't cared for all that well, I'm expecting the paint to be fairly dirty as the clay picks up all kinds of contaminants. Okay, well, after walking by these headlights so many times through the course of the detail, I just had to take a couple of minutes and polish them up. So using a microfiber pad and some of my finishing polish, I'll repeat the process twice and have them looking much better in just a few minutes. Hey, come on in, take a look.
Holy. It's not even the same vehicle.
It doesn't even look like the same truck.
I thought it was gray.
I thought it was black, to be
It
honest.
looked black before, yeah, you can even tell.
Smokes.
Yeah, it turned out really good.
Yeah, it did.
Well, you have to take a look inside because that is where most of the work was.
Wow. I cannot believe this. She looks fresh and new again.
Pretty good, eh?
Holy smokes.
Way different, eh?
Way different.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah.
I don't even want to know how many times you had to go over the carpet.
Oh, the carpet came out okay. It was just everything else. There's a ton of surface area in there.
Yeah, it's a big,
So
it's a full-size
yeah,
truck, so there's a lot
exactly.
there, yeah.
It even smells good.
Oh, it
does.
smells,
It smells
yeah,
brand
way
new.
better.
Well, and I remember this thing was right full of
Oh, yeah,
water and
full of some
nuts and
nasty-
bolts, and I was like, that's gonna suck. I was like, that's horrible.
Yeah,
Looks absolutely amazing.
yeah. Alrighty, well, keys are in it for you, so enjoy it.
I will.
All right, see ya.
Yep.
All right, guys, well, 19 hours is what it took to transform this Avalanche. And for those of you keeping track at home, that is the second longest detail that I have ever done, and definitely one of the best transformations too. It is looking spectacular, and it's ready for a new life with a new owner who was truly thrilled with how it turned out. And really, that's what this is all about. So if you guys enjoyed this one, make sure you smash the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. Check out the new channel, The Yard Geek. Enjoy the guitar outro, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.